Alright, so what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Want to go over some of the Arsenal transfer rumors and deals that have been announced recently. So, first on the list, obviously, yesterday, Kepa got announced as a signing with a strange kind of tweet. I think it was like raising here to raise the levels or something. Okay, whatever. It's kind of a nothing deal. 5 million or 6 million backup goalie. He was a good number one last year for Bournemouth. And I mean, he's got experience. He's won UCLs and trophies and stuff. So whatever. It's kind of just like a nothing deal. But thought I would just start off with that because obviously that's the only deal we've announced officially so far for the men's team, at least. We announced Chloe Kelly yesterday too. Um, Before getting on to the big news about Eze, wanted to talk about the Nutty Madueke rumors. Fabrizio said that there's been no offers, just inquiry on the player situation, and hopefully that's just all it is. Because Chelsea priced him at around 50 million, and I think that's ridiculous. I wouldn't go near that. There's a million different players I would go for that could play on the right wing as backup than a 50 million for Nutty Madueke. I'd rather just go get Bakayoko from PSV, and I think he's around like 17 to 20, maybe 25 million. I think maybe he's not a better player. I mean, he does play in the Netherlands, but I would just much rather that. Just whatever. We have one area that could play there. If we're getting Eze, then one area can be the backup, and Eze would be in the 10, and Martinelli can play off the right. But yeah, I thought I'd just touch on that. I don't think the deal is going to go anywhere, but it's definitely not a good look for the team to be linked with Nani Madueke. But, yeah, and quickly, just Mascara. Fabrizio said that Valencia offered him a new contract, and he rejected it. Only wants to come to Arsenal, which is it's great news. I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about the player. I think he looks promising. I think physically he looks there. I think he's like pretty big, pretty decent on the ball. Quick. Played out at right back a lot for Valencia this year. I saw. So, I mean, as a backup, he's young. He kind of does have like the Saliba look. Obviously, he's not as good as Saliba. Not many center backs are, but yeah, he's pretty much only wants to come to us. So I'm confident that deal gets done. Probably, hopefully below 20 million, but it'll probably be around that range with add-ons. But yeah, big news. Eze agreed personal terms. Not really, but Fabrizio said he's keen on joining. Obviously, a lot of people know he's an Arsenal fan or grew up an Arsenal fan. He talked about getting released by the club at 13 and like how much it upset him. Already plays in London, New Balance athlete with Saka, a little Asian Saka movement, but this is like I don't think personal terms would be a problem. I think he understands where he would be in the squad. He'd be rotation kind of. Odegaard isn't playing well, you come in. Martinelli isn't playing well, you come in on the left. Maybe if Rice isn't playing well, we shift Odegaard to the 8 and he plays in the 10. Whatever. I think he's a great player. I think he'd be a great deal. They're saying that Arsenal want to get it done for below the 60 million release clause, which I think that's great. I wouldn't want to pay that much for him. I'd be willing to if the club's really going all out, getting Gyokeres a left winger, Sesko and a left winger, and whoever else it may be, because they are talking that a lot of this discussion is that there'll be a left winger, a striker, and another attacker. I'm assuming someone that's versatile, like Eze. Maybe that's why they're interested in Nodi Madueke too, because he could play off the left and the right. I think someone else we should be looking into is Xavi Simons. He could play in the 10. He could play off the left. He could play off the right. I think he's a great player. He might just cost a little too much, and I mean the way that Leipzig are moving with Sesko, it might just be too difficult to get it done. But yeah, I rate Eze pretty highly. He's got experience carrying Crystal Palace. He had 15 goals and 11 assists last year. Off the top of my head, I don't know. But pretty good GNA, kind of similar GA to Odegaard of 2 seasons ago when he had that great. Him and Martinelli had those great goal scoring seasons, but yeah, really just get this deal done. If we can't get someone like a Rodrigo in on the left wing, we'll probably end up with a different maybe if we get Eze, we'll just throw right just we'll go and get a right winger instead, which I'm fine with. I'm not I won't be upset if Martinelli's the starting left winger next year if we get Gyokeres and Eze. But if we get Sesko, if we don't get Eze and we get fucking Madueke and I don't even know, and Garnacho, that's a terrible summer. But I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think that's kind of everyone's worst nightmare. I think it's what a lot of negative fans kind of want to peddle, but I don't really see that being what happens this summer. I think if we can't get Rodrigo, Eze should be coming in no matter what. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if Rodrigo comes in or not. It should just be Eze and whoever wants to come in on the left, whether it's Rafael, Lookman. Obviously, it's not Nico Williams or Bino Gittins. I seen like loose ties with Anthony Gordon. I don't think that would happen. I don't think Newcastle's looking to get rid of him, but because I don't think they're in trouble with PSR anymore. But don't be surprised if they lose Isak. They're definitely not going to get rid of him, but I think both of them will probably stay, including Bruno G. I don't think there's been any rumors about Bruno G. But yeah, as long as Arsenal bring in Gyokeres or Rodrigo, I'll be happy. If they bring in both, I'll be ecstatic. If they bring in both and Eze, no reason not to win something. No reason. But yeah. And as for Gyokeres, there's been a lot of rumors recently. I mean, when is there not rumors about this guy? I feel like he gets talked about, new news every day about him. But Fabrizio came out and said he's been saying obviously there's kind of like a mini war between him and Sporting about the price and the gentleman's agreement and yada yada yada. But recently everyone's been posting, oh, the 60 million release clause. I don't know if that's a real release clause, because obviously Sporting would have just sold him at that price plus add-ons, because that's apparently what Arsenal were offering. It's just for everything over that he gets paid for it. So maybe we'll come up with a little underhanded deal. We pay 80 million for you, slide us 10 back because you get that little extra, or whatever it may be. I don't know. I don't really care, but as long as we get the deal done, I really think we should prioritize him. But yeah, Fabrizio says nothing's changed. We have L'Equipe in France, who is saying that the deal is advancing. We have Sasha Tavolini. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Says we apparently agreed a 5-year deal with him, and there's people saying that, oh, the Sesko deal is stalling. Arsenal weren't ready to meet the 83 million euro evaluation, and they thought maybe they thought Leipzig would maybe budge on it, but apparently not. Apparently they don't want to move at all in their price, which is, it's in their right. They have a young star, but they have a young player, a lot of upside, a lot of teams into him. Don't settle for a price you don't want, especially if that means we move away from him and get Gyokeres for around 75 million. I think it's euros. I don't think it's pounds. But yeah, hopefully this news is true. Hopefully we announce a striker soon, but I'm not too pressed. We still have until the 18th, or the 19th, until we go play AC Milan in preseason. So I think preseason training started, or maybe it starts in the next couple of days for the players. Mainly just working out, staying in shape, nothing too crazy. I would say in a week, if we haven't announced a striker or Eze, that's a big problem. I think Zubamendi will probably be announced within like the next 2 or 3 days. Norgard will probably be announced with him. I'm sure they're gonna want to drop the new kit soon before we go away for preseason. I don't remember exactly everyone we're playing. I know we're playing Spurs, and I know we play AC Milan. So maybe our kits won't clash, but I'm sure they're gonna want to get that for the away kit, which actually looks pretty nice if the rumors are true. But yeah, that's all. Just a quick update about Arsenal's transfer news. I'll be back with another one talking about more top six, mainly United, because they're probably the most interesting team because they have the most to get rid of and the most to buy. Chelsea, who are always just moving a little strange. Spurs and Liverpool, but yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.